Welcome back for our third and final series on the night. This is going to be our first Challenger game of the season. It's between Bishops, who are 2-0, and Samurai, who are 1-1. I'm casting here tonight with C-Money of Team Origin. How are you doing tonight, C-Money?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Pretty chill night, Came down off a terrible loss earlier today, but it's okay. We'll bounce back.
It happens. Bishops have only dropped one game coming into tonight, so they're a solid team to watch out for. And Samurai, they've had some close series looking back on the score reports. What are your personal thoughts for coming into tonight?
Personal thoughts. I really feel like Samurai might pull this one out. Probably going to be a close series, though. Maybe another 5 for the stream. But definitely interesting lineup choices for today with, who is it? King Muff not coming in today for the Bishops. What do you
Yeah,
think?
well, and looking at it, Bishops are power ranked second, while Samurai are power ranked fifth. So they're fairly close, but I think Bishops are. There's a good chance they're gonna pull it out. So if that's your, I know you said you were thinking Samurai, but is that your final prediction on the night?
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with Samurai for this one, It's just, I don't know. Samurai's calling out for a win tonight. That's how I'm feeling.
All right. Well, the players are joining the lobby. Looking at it, we have Ray Finkel and Reverts kicking off. And then the last kickoff going to the orange half. Bunt Cake, he's over there for the challenge. Popping over Spork. A nice looking shot and a great finish from Lancer.
Some real quick offense there. Bunt Cake coming off the, follow up real quick with a quick demo to put them up 3-2 people right out the gate. It's very interesting play style. Definitely seems very Lancer led.
That was a great play from Samurai as well. Just popping it right behind the defender, right back into the midfield. Orange pushing it up the field. High ball in the air. Lancer on the challenge. Gets dunked by Clamps. Ray Finkel, Barry pushed the ball. Reverse, going up the sidewall as well. Long clear, Bunt Cake there for the challenge. Good clear to the sidewall from Spork. Lancer gets beat out by Clamps all the way down the field. Reverts, challenge, he gets by one. Dunks the second one, ball coming to the middle. Great clear from Clamps. Looking at the current gameplay, what's your thoughts, C-Money?
It definitely seems like, Samurai's really keeping up the offensive pressure. A lot of big clears on both sides, so it can still go either way. Right as I say that, we get a double commit out of Samurai, so we'll see what happens. Very exciting game so far.
Yeah, watching it, it does look like Samurai, they have the upper edge so far, but Bishops, being as good as they are, can always turn that right around. Bunt Cake with the clear. He's pushing it upfield. He's got one to beat. One chasing him down the field. Good dribble play. Clamps clearing it down the field. Reverts up on the sidewall. Clamps with another dribble. Flip pass. Close one gets dunked by Lancer. Reverts moving the ball up the field. Good touch from Ray Finkel, placing it on net. Clamps being really speedy, being out the first defender. Nobody's there to follow it up though. A long clear coming out. But Ray Finkel keeps it in. Watching it, it looks like the pressure's kind of switched back to more Bishops having the offensive hand so far. What do you think?
Yeah, it seems to be going back and forth, almost like they're taking turns, feeling each other out a little bit. So, and just as we say that, Samurai start to bring it back and keep it down on this half. And there it is, Lancer with another goal, second goal of the night. It's a good start for Lancer.
Yeah. My bad. It was a great play from
good.
Lancer. He placed it over that first defender and just banged it all the way to just below the crossbar with a power shot. Ray Finkel in reverse on the kickoff. Reverse with the win, but Clamps right there to place it into the blue half. Spork with the aerial. Misjudged the jump. Clamps, he was there to clean it up. Ball's down the field. Good pop from Reverse. Good speed. He beats both defenders on the challenge. Ball up in the air in the orange half. Ray Finkel very challenged the ball. Good speed, good touch, high ball to the blue half. Lancer with the clear, misjudged it. Spork's there, ready to clear the ball into the offensive half. Nobody's ready for the follow-up, but Ray Finkel is good aerial read. place it right in front of the net. Great pass, great play coming from Bishops for their first goal of the day.
And just like we mentioned earlier, it seemed like, the Bishops were starting to put some more offensive pressure, and this time they finally got it to fall before the Samurai had a chance to bring it back down.
And that was a really good play right there. They had a lot of they had all their people in the offense at half, but they passed it well. They had good rotation and kept the pressure going.
And Revert with the answer, wanting to keep the 2-goal lead on Bishops here. It's very interesting kickoff style. Bunt Cake really just seems to dive at it no matter where it goes right off kickoff. Don't see that too often in Rocket League.
That was a great play from Samurai as well. They played it behind the defense. The defense couldn't rotate around quick enough, and they had a wide open net on that front side. But Revert playing into the offensive corner, nobody's in net, just barely misses that shot. It was a hard read. Ray Finkel though with the clear, clamps on the follow up. He's got the dribble, taking it up the sidewall, just misses the ball. Bunt Cake there though to take the ball over, passing it back to his team, bringing it across the field. Reverts is going to be ready to grab the ball, clears it down the field, clamps ready for the read, taking up the sidewall, but doesn't have enough boost and leaves the ball. Clamps with a high aerial cross across the field. Spork with a good dunk play. So what do you think so far? Like, it's looking like it's back and forth.
It's definitely a very back and forth match. It just seems that Samurai has the upper edge on some of their plays. But I mean, right now the Bishops are holding it solid on the Samurai's half. So excited to see how this series plays out for sure.
Reverse coming off the ceiling. He almost had that ceiling shot. That was really close. But Ray Finkel, he grabs the ball, taking it to the corner up the sidewall, pushing the ball downfield. But good play from Bunt Cake to get the ball away from their net. Clamps is there, ready to clean it back up. Placing it above the net. Ray Finkel with the read, just misses the ball. Spork has a lot of room, throws it high above the defense. There's an awkward clear from Lancer playing to the back corner. And Bishops, they still just have control right now.
Yeah, for sure. Seems like Samurai really struggling to get them long clears, and every so often, they'll get them down there, but then Bishops just put it right back. Really keeping up the offensive pressure on this one.
Lancer with the high ball, almost a double tap off the backboard. Really well played. Bunt Cake keeping the ball in the offensive half. Ray Finkel in an awkward spot, can't quite get the read. Great pass coming across and just missed from Reverts. Lancer can't get that read. Good offensive looking possession coming from the Bishops, but just missed the pass across the midfield. Ray Finkel on the challenge with Bunt Cake. Good dunk, placing it back on the front side. Just missed the read off the backboard, and that's going to do it for us.
That was a really good first game. It was a lot of back and forth, a lot of really good Rocket League. There at the end, though, it seemed like Bishops seemed to adjust pretty well to the fast kickoff style of Bunt Cake, coming up straight after his guy goes for kickoff. So that was nice to see also.
Yeah, and it looked like Bishops, they just started off a little slow, and they let up a couple of quick goals. But after that, they had a lot of pressure. Samurai had a lot of pressure. It was back and forth the whole time. Either team could have won it, but there was some good saves and good clears. Just good team play, and hopefully they can keep it up for game 2.
Yeah, for sure. And it's definitely looking like it's going to be a good series. Definitely keeping strong to my prediction of probably another game 5 after watching that match.
And I just really like what I'm seeing. All 3 players from Samurai, they look like they're here to play. They're all doing their part with all their touches. And they're doing well around each other. So I like to see that kind of play.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely really good gameplay out here today. Both teams really came to show out. So definitely going to be an exciting series. Game 1 falling to Samurai, and see if Bishops can bring it back with a tie it up 1-1 in the series.
Just waiting on these players to rejoin. Currently missing a few of them. But what's your predictions on Bishops? What do you think they have to do to pull out the victory in game 2?
Yeah, definitely one thing is they got to counter, Bunt Cake or whoever's coming up off that kickoff for the initial strike right out the gate. Samurai had, I think it was 2 goals from that right out the beginning. So that really put them in the hole there. So if they can counter that, I think it'll be a back and forth match of just waiting for, that one mechanical error to score on for both teams.
And Lancer on the kickoff, he gets dunked, but Spork, he seems to be AFK. Good save though from Ray Finkel to catch that. Lancer keeping on the offensive half. Clamps with the dunk clear. Ray Finkel and Reverts on the challenge. Oh, there's a demo by Reverts, but that was a long clear from Spork all the way down the field. Good touch from Bunt Cake, bringing up the sidewall. Spork just misses the touch, but Clamps, he was ready for it. Ray Finkel to the sidewall. Just a missed touch from Reverts. That was kind of a fake play. I like it. Bunt Cake, he's bringing it up the sidewall above the net. See if he can get a pass play off. But a good dunk from Clamps. Watching it, this game's a lot. Oh, right as I'm saying that, it was a great play from Lancer to finish off that goal.
Lancer's really showed up today. That's his, I believe it's his 3rd goal of the night already. You know, and you know the Curser's cast, man, always shows up right when you least expect it.
Yeah, the caster's curse. When you're in the middle of saying something, then there's just a great play from some offense, finishing a goal off. But looking at it so far, both teams have had a lot of pressure. It's just all about capitalizing.
Yeah, for sure. Just like, you know, making that one mechanical error is where that's really going to bring in the capitalization for the offensive team at the time.
And Clamps almost getting the dunk. Bunt Cake trying to get the clear, but I don't think he has enough boost to control it. Spork, good control in the corner, just misses the ball. Ray Finkel, though, there cleared up. Lancer, though, great dunk, placing it back on the offensive half. Clamps going up high, a good dunk, placing it in front of the defender's half. But then just couldn't finish. There wasn't a 3rd man there to shoot that ball. Good offensive pressure coming from Samurai, pushing the ball back down the field. But a clear from Sport. Oh, but Bunt Cake, a great power shot to the upper half of the net.
That was a really good pass to himself too, you know, brings out the double commit, you know, scrambling back on that defense. And this game's really going to come down to those little mechanical errors of the double commits or missed touches.
Yeah, I do think that Bishops, they need to kind of clean up their game. Their defensive half has been a little bit sloppy, but not terrible. But they're bringing out some good offensive pressure right now. Clamps placing it back on the offensive half. A good clear from Reverts, placing over that second man offensive player. A pass across gets dunked by Ray Finkel. Bunt Cake bringing it up the field. Long clear. Clamps, though, with the aerial read. A great touch, pushing it back to the offensive half. A missed touch coming from the defense, but it faked out the whole offensive team for Bishops. And Bunt Cake bringing it back down the field. Close one. A great dunk from Ray Finkel. Revert's still there on the offense. Spork kind of in an awkward spot, missing some boost. Spork, though, great long clear. Bunt Cake keeping it in the offensive half. Reverts is up. There's a double commit coming from Samurai that could have led to a better offensive chance.
Yeah, like I said, it's just really competitive. You know, it's a really good game to watch. You know, Samurai came out again with another early strike and was able to capitalize on another play later. And we'll see if Bishops can, you know, bring it back. I'm really hoping for a good, you know, at least 4 games out of this one, because this is a really good matchup here.
Definitely agree. Bishop's taking it back to the offensive half. Spork, long clear above the net. Defense is an awkward spot, but a great clear coming from Reverts. Clamps, a good dunk, keep it in the offensive half. A good 50 between Spork and Bunt Cake to keep it in the midfield. But Lancer controlled the sidewall, getting a high ball touch. A pass down to the middle. Oh, that was a close 50. He barely got it over the defense, but they tipped it up into the crossbar.
Yeah, it's just continuing with the really good plays out here. You know, both teams really pushing the other team's defense hard as they can. It's definitely a great game to watch so far.
Spork with the clear from the corner. Clamps, long ball clear. The defense can't quite get back. That was a great shot coming from Clamps.
That was just the easy recognition of, you know, he had the last man up there while the other two were starting to go back, and able to put it on net and continue the Bishop's chance here for, you know, tying it up 1-1.
Yeah, that was a great power shot. Good read coming off the ceiling, and he placed it all the way on the back net. The defense wasn't ready, and just a good long ball clear. But now Samurai are keeping on the offensive half, keeping it high, but nobody's there. Bishop's taking their offensive chances. A missed flick. Ball awkward above the Samurai net, but they good clear coming from Bunt Cake. A triple commit. The Lancer's there to clean it up off the backboard. Bishop's good pressure right now. but Samurai, they're starting to get a ball away from their net. Lancer with the blue steel on the backside, but Sport, he was going for the ball. He had a good touch coming from the ceiling. Clamps, great speed, clearing into the offensive half. Ray Finkel with the fake, and then a follow-up finish from Clamps.
I don't know if it was 100% intentional, you know. I'd like to believe it. Actually, that looked pretty intentional. It was a really good fake to really draw out the last man back there, you know. Allows Clamps to put in the easy open net.
And he could have been going for a bump as well. With that last defender having to wait on that awkward bounce, you just take him out. He would have given Clamps a great play opportunity. But Sport bringing it into the offensive end, a good read from Lancer, keeping it close. A good 50 coming from Clamps, pushing into the offensive half. Sport there on the sidewall with a read, rolls it out to the middle. Ray Finkel with a touch, kind of plays behind his teammate. A good read though from Reverts, almost placing it in the net. Reverts staying on the ball, just misses. Lancer though, they're in the midfield to clean it up, but they don't have the third man up right now. Sport, good speed, good control, getting it around the first defender, placing it high. Oh, nobody's in net. Oh, close finish, great save.
Looks like we're going to get our first game of OT here. Exciting way to start off the series in game 2. OT tied 2-2. See what happens here.
And then a lost kickoff going to the Bishop's half. Nobody was quite ready for it. An awkward touch coming from Sport, placing the ball above his net, but a double commit coming from Samurai, leaving one man back. Clamps high off the sidewall. A long clear. Ray Finkel ready there to get the ball, but it rolls right back to Samurai, who are making a good team play, bringing the ball up the field. Clamps on the control, pushing the ball back into the sidewall. He didn't have quite enough boost. A high ball from Buncake, an almost goal. A good clear coming from Clamps though to get that ball away. Lancer high up in the air, just beats out Clamps. Ray Finkel touched the sidewall. Buncake though is ready for it. Places the ball back on the offensive half. Kind of awkward for Sport, but a great save opportunity. Oh, and just as I say that, Lancer with a power shot and then an accidental own goal.
It's definitely great showing for Lancer today, you know, really coming out here and just keeps finding those open nets for his team and really carrying them to this, you know, 2-0 lead in the series right now. It's very exciting. Definitely need a real big showing from you know, some of the other guys out there. You know, just looking at the stat lines, just the amount of shots, you know, seems very one-sided, you know, with Clamps being the only high shooter for the Bishops.
And Bishops are doing really well, but I think it's just Samurai as well. They're reading the flow of Bishop's defense. A lot of these touches are kind of going back out to the midfield and high, but there's always a Samurai player there to get the ball touched back in the offensive half.
Yeah, it's definitely very well rotations right now by Samurai. We just got to look for Bishops to keep doing what they're doing for the most part. I mean, they just got to keep pounding at them, and eventually they're going to be able to get one to fall, you know. And if they spread it out a little more, I feel like that's definitely going to be their key here in this next game.
And both teams playing really solid. That was an overtime game, tied 2-2 going into overtime, but then that was great pressure coming from Samurai. But we're about to start game 3 here. All the players are currently joining, and hopefully we get another exciting overtime game, and that possibly leads to maybe the Bishops winning, so we can keep going to like a game 4, game 5.
Yeah, for sure. It's very intense series to watch, and I'm sure our viewers love it too. You know, this intense Rocket League gameplay. Very good for a game 4 or 5 at least.
Ray Finkel just misses the ball, reverts to Bunkcake, kind of a double commit, but a double commit coming out the other way as well. Clamps and Sport, a high ball touch. Ray Finkel's up, just misses the ball, but Sport's ready to grab the ball, take the dribble. Great clear coming from Lancer. Clamps on the challenge, a touch to the sidewall. Oh, Bunkcake coming off the sidewall for the challenge, placing it back in the offensive half. Reverts with the solo play back around the corner, and a great finish on the backside.
Yeah, it was just a beautiful play there. You know, Buntcake's really, you know, putting it back for him, so Revert could set himself up for a nice, it was a very nice shot, really hard angle to hit, especially with 2 defenders there in front of you.
And he did really well. He placed it right over the top in an awkward spot for that first defender. And that second defender wasn't ready for the jump. He thought his teammate had it, but good play, good solo play.
Before we can even start talking about the last goal, here comes Clamps, you know, with a real hard shot right at Bunt Cake, you know, making it a very awkward save for him having to stop like that.
Yeah, it was just an awkward save. The defender kind of pre-jumped for the high ball and he placed it low. But a great power shot from Ray Finkel, a high ball and great finish from Clamps. Sport with a challenge, a good dunk keeping in the offensive half. Lancer on the sidewall just misses, but Clamps keeping it upfield. There's one man back. Both of the Bishop's players are kind of stuck in net. Reverts with a awkward ball around Sport. Lancer high ball clear for a pass. Buntcake's there to take control of it. Brings it back across the net. A lot of pressure coming out right now for Samurai.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be needed if they want to, you know, take the sweep here. You know, but Bishops are doing really well as well, you know, trying to minimize the time that they have on their offensive half.
And Samurai, great job of kind of breaking up a lot of that pressure. Took out two of those offensive players. But Reverts, good control, bringing it up the field, up the sidewall. Spork, though, was ready for the read, pushing it back down. But Lancer, even better positioning, saw where the ball was going, bringing it back to the offensive half. Reverts and on the challenge, but Spork was on the backboard, clears it the other way. Spork with the dribble, going underneath. Oh, good 50 from Buntcake. Ray Finkel up the sidewall, high ball above the net, clears it across above Clamps. Good offensive pressure coming from Samurai. What a save coming from Clamps.
Beautiful save. It was just great positioning there at the end, you know, coming up last second to make the save.
And he used that crossbar to get it out of there. But Bishop's back on the offensive side. Ray Finkel passing it back to his teammate. Clamps, good position on the shot. Oh, but great save coming from Reverts. Lancer on the ball control. Clamps for the challenge, but a great flick. Gets it by the first defender. Buntcake up for the aerial. Ray Finkel, a good 50, keeping it away from their net. Lancer, fastball up. Reverts, he's there for the catch on the dribble. Great clear coming from Ray Finkel. Buntcake to the sidewall. What are you thinking about this game? What do you think that the teams need to do in order to pull out a win?
You know, I think Bishops just really got to keep up the pressure they're trying to admit right now. You know, it's really working for them. It's just some really great saves coming out for the Samurai at the same time, you know, really staying true to a good rotation. So I just think the Bishops need to keep pushing it, and you know, if the Samurai want to end up taking it, they got to come back and bring the pressure they were bringing the first two games.
I agree. They do need. They have a lot of good pressure. They just got to get some of those finishes. But I think some of their defensive communication is a little bit broken. But outside of that, Samurai and Bishops are playing a great game. A high ball clear to the opposite side. Clamps on the challenge over his teammate. Buntcake though ready to clear the ball out. Great flick, getting over the first defender. Ray Finkel keeping in the offensive half. Reverts with the pop. Ray Finkel's up for the challenge. Great dunk from Lancer, keeping the ball out. Buntcake on the pass. Spork and Ray Finkel, kind of a double commit bump. Reverts passing the ball to his teammate in the middle. Clamps with a good touch to his team on the sidewall. Pushing the ball up the field is Ray Finkel. Up high on the wall. Just misses the touch with the fake. Sport, ready to pass the ball. Kind of gets dunked, hit an awkward spot. But Samurai, a missed touch, miscommunication. The ball ends up in the offense or defensive half.
Yeah, it seems like they're really starting to get, you know, the pressure's building here. You know, this is Samurai's chance to take it right here, and, you know, Bishops don't want to go out yet. It seems like there's a little more miscommunications coming out towards the end of this game, but, you know, overall, still very solid Rocket League.
Sport, though, with the solo play, tries to place it up on the backboard. The reverse, good play, keeping out the defensive half. Good touch from Buntcake, though, pushing the ball down the field, just misses the backboard read. He almost hit that angle. Sport, though, high ball, long hit, oh, just off the crossbar and out.
And it's good recognition by Revert there, able to put it away from them, you know, stop the upcoming Bishops player from putting that in off the bounces.
And that was two unfortunate chances coming from the Bishops. They had one that goes off the crossbar, and another one that hits that bottom side of the post, and they both bounce out and away from the net. But Spork, he's ready for the play. High ball off the backboard, reverts, can't read it, and places a hard shot in the middle of the net.
Yeah, this is exactly what we were looking for here. This was definitely the game where Bishops really brought the pressure, you know. Very exciting to see. Glad Bishops were able to pull one out and take us to game 4 here.
It was definitely solid play. They definitely start heating up going into the second half of that game. And they had some unfortunate chances that didn't lead to their win a bit earlier, but a great solo play coming from Spork to finish that game off.
Yeah, it was definitely a beautiful play over there, you know. Really quick, was not expecting that with how competitive it's been on defense especially, but in the end, you know, it just takes that one, you know, mechanical error to really turn the tide for somebody.
And those balls are always hard to read. When you have somebody place one so high up on the backboard, so hard, you kind of have to trust your teammate, but that when you're jumping up backwards trying to read the ball off the backboard, you can't always make those touches. It was just a solid
Yeah,
play
it's
from
for
both sides.
sure. For sure. It's very hard read, you know. I know I struggle with them, you know, I'm sure everybody does that plays Rocket League consistently, so can't blame them. It's just when it comes out that quick, it's definitely hard to make the play every time.
Just waiting on the players to rejoin the lobby. A bit slow. Um, but so what do you think? Do you think Bishops have what it takes to pull out a win in this game 4 to bring it to a game 5?
I feel like the momentum is definitely now going to be on the Bishop side. This one's definitely, I feel like this one's going to be a very deciding game. You know, if Bishops take the win here, you know, that's really going to swing the momentum in their favor going into a game 5. But I feel like Samurai up 2 games to 1 right now. If they just, you know, relax and take, you know, their play style and go back to what they were doing, I think they can definitely take this one too at the same time.
So here we go with kickoff. Reverts. Ends up winning the ball to the opposite side. Spork though, a high ball read. Lancer keeping it. Getting out of the defensive half. Reverts. Trying to go for the dribble. Good read though. A kind of a double commit coming from the Bishops. Spork last man back. A long clear over Lancer to break up the pressure. Reverts on the sidewall. A long clear. Nobody there for the redirect shot. Reverts on the sidewall, passing it out to the middle. Just misses the ball. Lancer high up in the air, keeping it to the front side. Spork, a good read off the backboard, getting it away from their defensive half. Spork kind of with the backflip fake, but cleared away by Bunt Cake. Ray Finkel kind of trying to predict the ball. High ball touch, kind of a double commit coming from Clamps and Spork, but Clamps comes back down. A good touch coming from Spork.
Yeah, this one's looking a lot more like it was in the beginning of the last game, you know. A lot of back and forth, a lot of pressure, and, you know, of course, as you say something, it ends up as a long goal from Spork, you know, bringing out the caster's curse yet again for today.
And that was just unfortunate. Reverse. He was a little bit too close. He thought his teammate had the read, but a great power clear all the way down the field for Spork. Good finish. Ray Finkel and Buntcake on the kickoff. A kind of a tied push to the sidewall. Clamps though with first touch on the ball. A double command in the midfield kind of leaves the Bishops in an awkward spot. Clamps with a good touch to the sidewall, getting rid of some of that pressure. A good double tap read. Clearing the ball down the field. Reverts is there for the ball touch. Gets it away from their net. Spork, a pass back to Ray Finkel. Awkward touch coming for Ray Finkel, and Buntcake is he's going to take control of the ball.
Yeah, it's definitely, like I was saying, you know, a very good back and forth matchup for these two teams right here, you know. Being the number 2 and number 5 seed, putting them at the top half of the league for this season thus far. So, very excited to see how this one plays out, especially with it in Bishop's favor right now. Could force a game 5.
And I think that the Bishops, they need to figure out something on the defensive half. They're not getting the ball away very well. Samurai, they're keeping a lot of pressure. Reverts with the dunk over Spork though, right when the Bishops are starting to push the ball down the field. Lancer, a lot of room, taking the ball to the corner. Great read from Ray Finkel, getting the ball away from Lancer. A good touch from Clamps, passing the ball upfield. Clamps, though, they're right back to him. Lancer an awkward positioning read. Spork not quite enough power to get it around the defense. Ray Finkel kind of awkward on the sidewall. Good dunk coming from Bunk Cake. But it looks like Lancer, he's kind of AFK in the middle of the field.
Oh, he seems to be fine. He came back. Let's hope it's not a remaining issue for him. He's definitely a key player for their team, I feel like.
Well, hopefully so, but that was a great touch right there from Lancer to keep the ball in the net. Good dunk from Spork, keeping the ball on the offensive half. Ray Finkel clearing it upfield. Reverts. Long ball clear off the ceiling, off the backboard. Can he get the touch? Oh, no way.
Okay. Ow. Bunk Cake going up for the touch off a bump and manages to somehow fall back down onto it. Beautiful passing play, by Lancer there to read it.
And I'm going to just say that's all calculated. Reverts. He saw Bunk Cake on the free fall. Great touch right into his teammate. That was a solid play watching it. Great to watch, but Reverts taking control of the ball. Good bump from Spork to get the ball away from him. Bunk Cake keeping on the offensive half though. Clamps to the sidewall. Bunk Cake, he's ready there though for the clear. I think Bishops, they need to keep the ball a little bit closer. A lot of their touches are going right to Samurai.
Yeah, they definitely got to keep up. Another nice goal from Lancer there. Able to play off of the miss here from Clamps. Just couldn't get up to it fast enough.
Reverts, he's just so good about setting up his teammate. Great ball from the corner, right around the defense. They weren't ready for that touch. And Lancer, he was just sitting ready in net. Just great finish, great pass, and just solid play. But Bishops on the offensive half, Spork keeping the ball upfield. Ray Finkel kind of awkward spot, touches it across for a pass. But great clear coming from Bunk Cake. Lancer on the push-up field. Just misses the shot. Good save from Sport. 50 right above the Bishop's net again. Ray Finkel kind of awkward spot, but reverts playing it above their net. Good clear from Clamps. Kind of a double commit coming with Sport. But good dunk coming from Sport. Pushing the ball upfield. Awkward play in front of the net. A double commit. Ray Finkel had a chance at the shot and Spork accidentally touched it. Awkward ball in the Bishop's half. Bunk Cake with the pass across the middle, but Lancer's not ready. Spork with the booming ball clear. A backflip coming from the Bishops might take away their offensive chance, but a great save coming from Reverts. Ball's being pushed up the field. Bunk Cake with the dunk. An awkward touch coming from Ray Finkel, but Clamps was there ready to clean it up. Bunk Cake with a clear. Clamps with the dunk. The Lancer's there for the dribble. Kind of an air dribble, but Spork was ready for the ball to come down. Bunk Cake, though, keeping it on the offensive half. Ray Finkel hits out to the midfield, and it drops, and that's GG's. 3-1 Samurai.
I mean, not to say I said so, but Lancers really came out here and sought after their win and got it done in the first two games, making it really hard for Bishops to make the comeback there at the end.
And Samurai, it was definitely well played by them. I think them losing last Wednesday 3-1 was kind of like their driving factor. They wanted to come out hot. They didn't want to give the other team a chance to push them back on the defensive half, and they just controlled the pace through most of it. Bishops, they did have their chances, but they didn't capitalize quite as well.
Yeah, it was definitely a really good game to watch. Bishops still had a really good showing. Just couldn't capitalize on a couple places, but still overall they had some really solid defense and some really good offensive plays to really keep the game going.
And it's kind of unfortunate for Bishops as well. I know I said I believe it was going to be calculated, but they did have Samurai had that net or that goal that was kind of awkward with one of the players free falling from the top of the backboard and landing on the ball for the goal. It could have been a tied game going into overtime, but Samurai played really well and pulled out the 3-1 victory.
Yeah, it was great showing from both teams though in the end.
And we had a ton of great games to watch tonight. we had Pinnacle versus Grandmasters. Sorry about that. Then we had, what was it at? Second match was Faded versus Velocity, where that went to a game 5. It was very close going into game 5. And then we had Bishops versus Samurai, and that was a close match as well. Just unfortunate that we only went 4 games. But it was nice to be here. It was nice casting with you, C Money, and I hope to see you guys again next time.